Hello, this is Will from journalwallstreet.blogspot.com. I'm here to review the trades made on April 17th, 2012. As you can see, too many tickers traded, far too many, did way too much volume today. But with that said, let's just go straight to the trades. So one of the trades I was in STT. Pretty simple setup, 2 minute inside bar. Worked initially, then failed. Got a little bit of slippage when I got stopped out, but it is what it is. Next trade was in BAX. Got in because they had a 15-minute inside bar. So actually, I was looking at a 13-minute. No, it was a 15-minute inside bar. So I just gave it a shot, and it worked initially. And as it was working, I noticed that there was a potential chance that it could create a cup and handle pattern. So I was just waiting for it to happen, and I was hoping that it would hold higher here and then go up from there. But it just didn't do that. But my mistake was instead of taking the sales here near where the highs of the day were, and then waiting for this handle to develop to get in, I just kind of held my position from all the way from here up and then down, and finally I was stopped out um, at this area here. That was a bad move. I should have accessed the situation, hit out here, or at least hit out on the way down of here, like right here or something, and then wait for the rest of the play to develop. But did not do that, so that was my bad. LNG, 15-minute inside bar, got in short. Actually, I believe it was 13-minute inside bar. Got in short, and I got wicked out up here. So that was would have worked, but it was kind of just too much risk. Look how long this bar is compared to the actual move. Just too much risk here. Uh, Zion, I have no idea what I was doing on this trade. One thing I knew is that it was trading above the inside day, so I thought, oh, above inside day, let's just go long. And I bought long on this pullback, and I really shouldn't have. There was no play there. Another trade I was in was in COG. Got in off the open with this inside bar here, and this is kind of a wide range, so I really just set my stop about 50% up of this bar, and it started to work pretty much right away. Took a little bit of pain, but not much, and I started taking sales near 31.20 because I knew that was a recent high, so it was a good idea to take some sales there, and turned out to be a great idea. Um, Once it started to pull back here, and this green candle shot up, I decided to get in some more and move my stop up for the rest of my position, and eventually I just stopped out. I did okay on this trade. Um, I thought there could have been another follow through, but it was up already like 5% at this time because it gapped up. So chances of continuation was very slim, especially with that recent high. The recent high, actually, yeah, the 12th around here, a little bit around there. So would have been a tough follow through. Next trade I was in Coke, reported earnings. This was just a sheepish play. Someone told me to go long because Coke is strong, so I went long here, and I sold into the 40s when it stalled out. Yeah, I just did 100 shares just to do it. No real reason. Didn't hurt. Next trade, INTU, gapped up, looked pretty strong off of the open. I got in on this inside bar here, and at the same time, I saw FRX kind of a tape trade, was trading against 35 for a while, so I triggered long above, and also MRK where I had a same thing, little inside bar here. No, actually no, not that one. It was a 13-minute little inside bar here and trigger long right here. So while I was in these three trades, I started to just sit back and look at all the tickers I'd done so far. I mean, you saw there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, including this 9 at this point. And the day wasn't even over yet. It was around like what 8 o'clock. What time was it? Uh, Not even 9 o'clock yet. And I had all these trades on. This tells me a couple things. I'm not. I wasn't really looking for the best setups. I was just looking for anything to trade. Um, I wasn't necessarily over trading in terms of making too many transactions in the stock, but I was just spread so thin that I was all around and couldn't focus my attention on anything. So I decided the best thing to do was let's just get flat. Who cares what position I was in at that time? Who cares how it goes? Let's just get flat and clear my head and maybe focus on fewer setups and things that might actually move. So, I even though this trade eventually worked out, I got out. Doesn't matter. FRX, kind of the same thing. Well, I got stopped out, or actually no, I just got out. Didn't care around this area. And INTU, yeah, I saw this pullback here, but I think I got out somewhere right before it. Just I didn't want to deal with it anymore. So after taking about, I don't know, 5-6 minutes of just doing nothing, came back and I saw Whirlwind. Actually, no, this was it right before? Yeah, I saw Whirlpool, sorry, and I was just looking for a way to get in, and this was my way in. It was really sharp down move. I didn't want to guess. I didn't want to guess short anywhere, so I switched to the 2 minute. Saw a 2 minute inside bar, got short below this level, covered here because on the daily chart can't see it, but my 200-day moving average was around here. So I just covered near there because I expected some sort of bounce, and it did happen. Covered the rest here. So quick trade brought me back from minus 200 to break even. So that worked out pretty well. Then later, before I went to work, I saw another 15-minute inside bar here on the LVS. This thing didn't happen. I think it's an error on eSignal. I don't know, but I didn't notice this during the day. But got in above and took sales at 70 and 59 hole. It kept going a little bit after that, but it's okay. I made my trade, and this trade along with Whirlwind brought me back to net positive. So even with commissions, I was break even for the day, and I was pretty happy for that. But one final trade, Intel reported after hours today, and I decided to let's just see what I can do, what I can read off of the tape. So you can't really tell here because there's so many wicks and everything, but there was a seller that was constantly selling, and then he held there at 90 for a little bit, and that's where I got short. Down here there was a big buyer at 83. So my thinking at this point was I want to be even more short below 83, and I wanted to cover above 28. So I just didn't like the way the offers were being paid constantly. So as soon as it was ticking 85, 90s, I decided to just get out around 95, so I took a small loss on this trade. After that, selling started to happen again, but I it was very difficult and stressful for me to be able to manage the orders because during after hours, my stop triggers just don't work, so I have to manually hit out of every trade. So I'm trying to I'm trying to put in my offer, then hold my stop, and then trying to switch to get an opportunity to get bigger, and it was just too much work. So I missed that one. Then below 83, boom, it dropped, it dropped, it dropped. Then you saw some buying happen, some more buying, started to trend up slowly. And at this point, I was switching over to my E signal to look at the chart. Before I was just focused on the tape. Then I saw, hey, this is just a regular pull-in. So if I can combine this chart pattern with something I see on the tape, then maybe I'll be able to get another chance to get in. So what I saw was there was a lot of buying done at 94. Like he maybe had 10k or 100k bids, and they were being decremented and being taken. And finally, I knew that as soon as the 94 fills this order or drops, then I would get short, and I did that, and that happened even before this trend line officially broke. So once that trend line broke, you kind of already missed missed the easy trade, even though this by itself is also an easy trade. So it kept going, and I knew there was some buying around the 80s. So as soon as I saw him drop, then I knew, okay, I have it. And this stalled around 75. So what I wanted to do was cover some of my position, but instead I accidentally got completely flat here. I forgot to change my tier sizes, but that's okay because I was able to combine a tape trade with a chart trade, and even though I only caught less than a quarter, it still felt really good that I was able to recognize that and take decisive action. So that was very satisfying to me. But eventually, Intel would have made a little bit lower lows, bounce around, and the rest of the time is just kind of chopped around. So should be in play for tomorrow. I know that 28 is a level, and I think 2850 was somewhat of a level, and 2750 and 2775. Let's see what else. That's it for my day trades. As for my swing trades, I sold some of Ren, just half of my call position, because I just didn't like 2 days of pretty significant drop, and I'm moving my stop to 630 around there. So let's just see what happens over the next few days. Hopefully it kind of pulls back and finds some support and continues its way up. VVUS again, it's still dead money. My stop is still around 21, below 21. So I'm not really liking this trade right now, but I'll just let it play out. I mean, it's inside week after inside week, and also inside month. So at some point it's going to explode into one direction. I just don't know which yet, but I'm hoping it's to the long side. Well, there you have it. I'm out of breath because I just traded too darn much today. But hopefully tomorrow I'll have some better ideas, and I maintain my focus throughout the morning instead of being thrown all over the place. Thank you for listening. I'll see you tomorrow.